Analysis of all the results we've just been talking about. I'm joined by Aline-Florence MANENT, a historian and expert in French politics at University College London. Thanks for joining us on France 24 tonight. So, a centrist party swept the board, eliminated not only the traditional left and right, but has also taken voter share from the more extreme parties, such as the National Front. Is this to be welcomed, in your view?
Yes, but I would disagree that Emmanuel Macron's Republic En Marche actually took voters from the extremes. It's more that probably voters from the extreme didn't bother to show up to vote that much on the sunny Sunday. So again, yes, it's a landslide victory for Macron's centrist party. On the other hand, it's not necessarily doesn't necessarily take any legitimacy away from his clear mandate. Because those who didn't vote also felt that they didn't feel it was worth opposing Macron's likely winning an absolute majority in the National Assembly.
Nevertheless, for all the talk of the rise of populist parties, Marine Le Pen, of course, making it to the second round of the presidential election, it does seem that the more extreme parties are being pushed to the sides, doesn't it?
Yes, I think seen in Macron a renewed hope for face for liberal democratic values and for sort of centrist politics. And, perhaps also I think the Trump and Brexit debacles have also taught voters in France, but probably elsewhere also, that extremes or populist answers may seem seducing at first, but rarely more than an empty shell, really.
Are you concerned about the lack of opposition now in Parliament?
Well, one thing that we'll have to see what happens with this supermajority that Macron very unexpectedly won is how much cohesion there will be inside his own majority, with all these disparate voices, disparate MPs from very different backgrounds, some with experience in the traditional parties of the left and right, some with no experience at all in politics. And it is safe to say that among 420 people debating, not all will agree on everything. So there will be some measure of dialogue, of exchange. And the shape that the opposition to Macron's parliamentary majority will take, that is not really a problem that's Macron's to solve right now. It's for the other parties to figure out how they are going to effectively have a space, or what space they will have in this new legislature.
And there was record low turnout at this election. That was the one negative point, if you like, for Emmanuel Macron's party. Half of registered voters just didn't bother voting. Do you think that means that Macron might encounter opposition from the public when he tries to push through his reforms?
I mean, the turnout was low. Certainly, it was lower than it has been in the previous legislative elections in the Fifth Republic. But it's not that dramatically low if you compare it to actually the growth of the electorate. That actually compared to the number of voters, it's not that much different. I mean, in 2012 we were at almost 44% of abstention. Now we're at 50%. All right, it's low, but you could also interpret that abstention as actually a vote of, at least not of confidence, but at least of French electors not wanting to oppose Macron or wanting to give him a chance. I was just in France over the weekend, and I was shocked at how many people that I talked to, just who had not voted for him in the first round of the presidential election, and weren't sure until the very last minute who or whether they were going to vote for their MP, said, well, you know what, we might as well just give him his chance, because if we don't, nothing will change anyway. So, for some voters, it meant going to vote for the En Marche candidate, and for some, it meant just staying home and not opposing the president.
Aline-Florence MANENT, we have to leave it there, but thank you very much. And apologies for the sound quality during that.